Welcome to the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Dearica Hamby sues the Las Vegas Aces and the WNBA because she's alleging that she was traded because she was pregnant. She's alleging that she was discriminated against, she was retaliated against because she was pregnant. Folks, Dearica Hamby has officially filed a federal lawsuit against the Las Vegas Aces and the WNBA, citing acts of intimidation, discrimination, and retaliation that culminated in January 2023 with the Aces trading the star forward while she was pregnant. Kathy Engelbert, do something. This is bad press. All alleged, don't sue me. This is all alleged. Everything I'm going to detail is going to be alleged. And I'm not going to spitball, folks, right? This is the Ben Daniel Podcast. You don't want me to come here and just make up nonsense, right? You want me to speak about the nonsense, but you don't want me to just come over here bullshitting to you, right? Right. So what do I got for you? Got the lawsuit. I'm not going to make it up. I'm not going to make anything up. I got the lawsuit. That's it. We're not going to go through all 18 pages, but we are going to go through what the allegations are. Because I'm curious how a league ran by women, operated for women, majority of them being women, how does a league like that get accused of something like this? Disgusting. Nasty work. What'd I tell you guys? You peek behind the curtain. I saw some of the comments. Yeah, Ben, never look behind the curtain, Ben. Never do it, folks. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I peeked and I'm like, oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Let's get into it. We're not going to go through the whole thing. Jurisdiction, where this takes place at, folks, right? The company is in Vegas. The athlete was in Vegas. The team is in Vegas. That's the jurisdiction, right? They went time and time again. That's what we're seeing right now. On September 23rd, I filed a charge of discrimination. On October 19th, filed an amended charge of discrimination. On May 23rd, received the notice of right to sue from the EEOC fewer than 90 days since. Notice of right of sue. Here we are. 8/12/2024. Lawsuit getting slapped on your desk. Parties involved, WNBA, the Las Vegas, doing business as the Las Vegas Aces, and of course, Dearica Hamby. Let's get into the allegations, folks. This is what you want to know. Allegations. Plaintiff incorporates all the allegations in the preceding paragraphs as though fully set forth herein. Two-time WNBA Sixth Woman of the Year. Three-time WNBA All-Star, WNBA Champion, United States Bronze Medal winning Olympian, and mother of two. Dearica Hamby is a veteran professional basketball player in the country's preeminent women's professional basketball league. Hamby first began playing professional basketball with defendant WNBA in 2015 when she was selected 6th overall by the San Antonio Stars in the first round of the WNBA draft. Just because I gotta throw a shot, where are the Stars now? Well, they relocated and now they are the Las Vegas Aces. From 2018 through 2022, plaintiff Hamby played an integral role in the Las Vegas Aces organization's quest to secure its first championship. In 2019, she was rewarded the WNBA Sixth Woman of the Year. The next year, again, she was received that award. In 2021, plaintiff was selected as one of only 22 out of a possible 144 in the league to play in the WNBA All-Star Game. In 2022, Hamby was again selected to play in the WNBA All-Star Game. In 2024, Hamby was again selected to play in the WNBA All-Star Game. The WNBA preseason begins roughly at the end of April each year. The WNBA season runs through the second week of May each year, through the second week of August each year, and then it outlines the postseason, so on and so forth. Here we go. On or about June 28th, 2022, in the midst of the WNBA regular season, plaintiff Hamby signed a 2-year contract extension to continue playing basketball with the Las Vegas Aces. This contract was for the purposes of securing Hamby as a player for the Aces for the 2023 playing season and the 2024 playing season, with such contract set to expire next May, folks. In an effort to deter Hamby from entering the free agency market, where she would have been one of the more compelling available players, Las Vegas offered her a 2-year contract extension. In connection with this offer, the Aces promised Hamby certain benefits and inducements outside of the contract to entice Hamby to sign. These benefits included, but were not limited to, an agreement by the Aces to cover private school tuition for Hamby's daughter, Amaya, in the form of a donation to Amaya's school. Additionally, Las Vegas Aces agreed to allow Hamby to occupy team-provided housing accommodations, though Hamby also had a separate residence in Nevada. This would allow Hamby's family to assist with childcare for Amaya while plaintiff was traveling for road games. Hamby signed the contract extension with the interest and desire to continue her career with the Las Vegas Aces. Approximately 3 weeks later, July 18th, Hamby discovered for the first time that she was pregnant with her second child. On or about August 6th, Hamby informed the head coach, Becky Hammond, and other coaching and training staff of her pregnancy. On or about August 8th, Hamby's pregnancy was confirmed at her first doctor's visit. Hamby thereafter notified the general manager of the Las Vegas Aces, Natalie Williams, sounds like a woman to me, of her pregnancy. On September 18th, the Las Vegas Aces won the first WNBA championship with the help of Hamby, who was part of the starting 5 in 32 of 34 regular season games. On September, while on stage at Las Vegas Aces championship victory, Hamby publicly announced to fans and social media that she was pregnant. After making her pregnancy public, plaintiff Hamby experienced notable changes in the way she was treated by the Las Vegas Aces staff. This is where it gets good. Again, everything is alleged. I'm just reading the lawsuit. For example, when Amaya's school tuition became due on September 22nd and plaintiff Hamby inquired with the general manager, Natalie Williams, a woman, and Las Vegas Aces president, Nikki Fargas, sounds like a woman to me, Williams and Fargas informed Hamby that they were working on it, but provided no date by which the donation for Amaya's tuition would be made. On October 1st, 2022, General Manager Williams informed plaintiffs that she must vacate the team-provided housing. No reason was given to plaintiff Hamby by Williams for this decision to remove Hamby from team-provided housing. She was told to get the hell out of Dodge, and that was it. But what? Just get out. But why? Just leave. Can I have a reason? No, you can't. Get out of my house. In November 2022, Hamby again followed up with Williams and Fargas, 2 women. Again. Las Vegas Aces promised to cover tuition costs for Hamby's daughter. They were still figuring it out, but she was given no date by which the tuition would be paid. They told her that if you resign, this is one of the few amenities we will do for you to entice you to stay on this roster. Now that it's time to pay up and you figured out she's pregnant, Natalie Williams and Nikki Fargas, what's going on with you two? On or about January 15th, during a phone call between Hammond and the plaintiff, Hammond asked Hamby whether she planned her pregnancy. What the fuck does that matter? Hammond, when Hamby responded that she did not, Hammond told Hamby that she was not taking proper precautions not to get pregnant. Proper precautions not to get pregnant? What the fuck is going on in the WNBA? Proper precautions not to get... Does that sit right with anybody listening? Does that sit right with anybody? Just those words doesn't sit right with me, folks. Also, during the phone call, Hammond questioned Hamby's commitment and dedication to the team, telling Hamby that she was a question mark. Further stated that the Aces needed bodies and that Hamby would not be ready to play. In response, Hamby assured to the coach that she was committed to the team, would be giving birth during the offseason, and anticipated to be fully ready to play by the start of the preseason in April. I have no idea what the deal was with Katie Lou coming over to Indy. I don't know. But already, Christy Sides, good for you. I might not like you as a coach, but as a person, you are 1,000 times better than that person over there in Las Vegas. Lynn Dunn. I might not like you and the decisions that you make as a GM, but based on what I'm reading, you are 100 times better than that piece of shit over there in Las Vegas. Yeah, I'm hot, folks. I'm hot. Also, during that phone call, Hammond accused plaintiff Hamby of signing her contract extension knowingly pregnant, a false accusation which Hamby denied. Can you freaking imagine this? Imagine this. Imagine that's your spouse, your wife, your girl, your whoever going through that. Folks, I would fucking burn that shit down. Allegedly. That's how you're going to treat somebody close to me? Of course, it's all a joke. I would never do that. I'm joking. But that's how I want to... That's the emotion that's coming out of me listening to this. Folks, apply that to somebody in your life. Apply that to your aunt, your sister, your mother, your grandmother, your girlfriend, your best friend who happens to be a girl. Imagine that. Unbelievable. Also, during that phone call, Hammond informed that it was believed the Las Vegas Aces staff that Hamby would get pregnant again for a third. So what? So what if she gets pregnant for a third time? What does that have to do with anything? Also, during that phone call, Hammond accused Hamby of not taking her off-season workouts seriously. Another false allegation. Though 7 months pregnant at the time, Hamby was working out regularly as permitted by her regular doctors, including playing basketball and doing Pilates and calisthenics. Also, during that phone call, Hammond told Hamby that Hamby did not hold up her part of the bargain and that no one expected her to get pregnant again, implying that signing the contract extension, Hamby implicitly agreed that she would not get pregnant during the 2-year extension period. Plaintiff Hamby then stated 2 times to Hammond, "You're trading me because I'm pregnant?" Hammond responded to plaintiff's inquiry by stating, "What do you want me to do?" Hammond did not deny the accusation that Hamby was being traded because she was pregnant. On or about January 16th, 2023, Hammond called plaintiff Hamby and told her, "Your time with the Aces is up and that it is best for Hamby's career if she moves on." Hammond told Hamby that Hamby could pick a place like Los Angeles or Atlanta, or that Hammond could either trade her to the Sun or the Fever. God, Caitlin Clark would have loved to have a body like Dearica Hamby. I'll tell you that right now. Hamby, Boston, Caitlin, holy shit. On January 21st, and they would treat you better. Just look at how they treated Katie Lou. Chrissy, I was like, Katie Lou, she's good. She's just recovering from pregnancy. She'll be ready. Trust me. You need to respect Chrissy Sides 10 times much more now, folks. Whatever she is as a coach, whatever it is, we can make jokes. But as a person, God bless you. God bless you and Lynn Dunn for not being like these fucking people. Sick to my stomach reading this. On January 21st, defendant issued a public announcement that plaintiff had been traded to the Los Angeles Sparks. Also, plaintiff Hamby issued the following statement publicly via social media. Oh my God. With that being said, I am heartbroken. Being traded is a part of the business. Being lied to, bullied, manipulated, discriminated against is not. I have had my character and work ethic attacked. I was promised things to entice me to sign my contract extension that were not followed through on. I was accused of signing my extension knowingly pregnant. This is false. I was told that I was a question mark and that it was said that I would get pregnant again. And there is a concern for my level of commitment to the team. I was told that I didn't hold up my end of the bargain. Did the team expect me to promise not to get pregnant in exchange for the contract extension? I was asked if I was planning my pregnancy. When I responded no, I was then told I was not taking the proper precautions to not get pregnant. I was being betrayed because I have expressed my desire. When I responded no, I was then told I was not taking precautions to not get pregnant. I was being traded because I wouldn't be ready and we need bodies. I plan to play this season and I have expressed my desire to play this season. I have pushed myself throughout my entire pregnancy and have continued to work out on my own and with team staff, even on days where it was uncomfortable to walk, only to be inaccurately told that I was not taking my workout seriously. Folks, if you know anybody who's been pregnant, you know how fucking fat their feet get and how they don't want to move. And yeah, we just don't see that. I remain transparent with everyone within the organization, and yet my honesty was met with coldness, disrespect, and disregard from members of management. I have put this organization first since day one before any of them were here. You're getting moved regardless, and it's best for your career that you move on from the ACES. The unprofessional and unethical way that I have been treated has been traumatizing. To be treated this way by an organization, by women who are mothers who have claimed to be in these shoes, who preach family, chemistry, women's empowerment, is disappointing and leaves me sick to my stomach. Me too. We fought for provisions that would finally support and protect players' parents. This cannot be used against me. On or about January 23rd, the executive director of the WNBA Players Association, Terry Jackson, on behalf of the plaintiff, sent an email to the defendant, WNBA General Counsel, requesting an investigation. On or about February 8th, via its social media account, the defendant, Las Vegas Aces, announced that the defendant, WNBA, launched a formal investigation into the allegations raised by plaintiff Hamby. On March 6th, plaintiff gave birth to her son, Legend. Going through all of this, that dude's bound to be a legend. If he was in the womb while his mother was going through all of this, you know that kid's one tough kid. That kid is one tough kid. On or about April 28th, plaintiff timely reported for training camp for the Las Vegas Sparks and began preseason play. Plaintiff did not miss any required time with the Sparks as a result of her pregnancy. She went on to play all 40 regular season games, not missing a single game. On May 16th, 2023, the defendant, WNBA, publicly announced its concluded investigation by releasing the following statement. The WNBA announced today that it has rescinded the Las Vegas Aces 2025 first-round pick for violating league rules regarding impermissible player benefits and suspended Las Vegas Aces head coach Becky Hammon for 2 games without pay for violating league and team respect in the workplace policies. Due to a prior trade, Las Vegas does not have a 2024 first-round pick. The team violation involved promises of impermissible benefits in connection with the negotiation for an extension of then Aces player Dearica Hamby's player contract. The respect and workplace violation was related to comments made by Hammond to Hamby in connection with Hamby's recent pregnancy. After a complaint by Hamby on January 21, 2023, alleging misconduct, the league began an investigation. The investigation included interviews with 33 people and a review of numerous texts, emails, and other documents. During the course of the investigation, several individuals raised additional concerns about the conduct of the Aces during the most recent free agency period. The investigation was not able to substantiate any of those additional concerns. It is critical that we uphold the values of integrity and fairness, which creates a level playing field for our teams, said dumbass Commissioner Kathy Engelberg. The Aces failed to adhere to league rules and regulations and have been disciplined accordingly. That's disciplined accordingly? We all also disheartened by the violation of our respect in the workplace policies and remained a commitment and followed across all WNBA teams. While the defendant, WNBA, rescinded the 2025 first-round pick for violating league rules regarding impermissible and suspended the head coach, the defendant, WNBA, provided no meaningful redress to plaintiff Hamby for the harm she suffered as the victim of the violations found by the WNBA, such as disapproving her trade to the Sparks, though it was empowered to do so. The defendant, WNBA, took no steps to course correct or address a clear-cut violation of plaintiff Hamby's rights under federal and state anti-discrimination laws. The defendant, WNBA, did not interview any Las Vegas Aces players in connection with in 2023. Oh, they're just saying that they didn't do of an investigation. And head coach Hammond had... The defendant, WNBA, did not interview any Las Vegas Aces players in connection with its 2023 investigation of the defendant, Las Vegas Aces, and head coach Hammond. Had players been interviewed, they could have corroborated key conversations between plaintiff and defendant, Las Vegas Aces. Who are the 33 people you're talking to if none of them are the players? I look at a WNBA bench, I see one head coach, 3 assistant coaches, and the rest players. That's 16 people right there. GM, 17. Owner, 18. Assistant GM, 19. Who are the other 14 people that you guys are possibly finding? The defendant, WNBA, did not impose adequate punishment or consequences on the Las Vegas Aces. I said that while I was reading it. The defendant also did not impose adequate punishment or consequences on head coach Becky Hammond. I said that too while reading it. The defendant, WNBA, offered plaintiff Hamby no remedy that would inure to her benefit for the violations found. Plaintiff Hamby's trade to a less competitive team resulted in a loss of reputational prestige and brand value typically associated with being part of a 2-time WNBA franchise. It resulted in the loss of a marketing and or endorsement opportunities in the Las Vegas sports market that are not available to her in Los Angeles sports market, a far more saturated endorsement market. After plaintiff engaged in protected activity by publicly complaining about her discriminatory trade, the Aces engaged in a number of retaliatory acts against the plaintiff, including but not limited to. That means this, including but not limited to. This is all we can fit on the piece of paper. Oh my God. The cesspool! That is the WNBA. Again, you might have fooled the old 46,000 fans that are fucking falling for this bullshit. But the new fans that are seeing what's going on, that are taking a peek behind the curtain, we are sick to our stomach. Precautions not to get pregnant is disgusting. Precautions not to get pregnant. Included but not limited to the retaliatory acts. Issuing a directive to ACES players and staff to cease communication. Ice that bitch out. Making a false public statement through a general manager, Natalie Williams, on a radio show that implied plaintiff and the ACES were aware of plaintiff's pregnancy since June 2022. Fake news in the media. Attempting to wrongfully obtain confidential medical records from plaintiff after... Obtain confidential medical records? You pieces of shit. You fucking pieces of shit. Refusing to extend an invitation to plaintiff to attend a White House ceremony with Vice President Kamala Harris to commemorate the Aces' first championship. Not only are we trading you, we're erasing you from the record books. You actually were not a part of this team. Kathy Engelbert, what the fuck are you doing over there? What the hell is going on over there? Mark Davis, you want to put these girls in chartered flights, but you're okay with your team owner, your general manager, your general counsel to fire a girl that got pregnant? Again, these are all allegations. All allegations. Nothing has been proven yet. But I can tell you right now, based on the politics that we see in the WNBA, based on the filth that we see going on behind the scenes in the WNBA, I am leaning to believe that Dearica Hamby was discriminated against, retaliated against, and was intimidated because she decided to say, you know what? I'm not going to terminate this fucking kid. I'm going to have a baby. And guess what? The Las Vegas Aces weren't okay with that. Folks, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You know that's what they were... Well, you sure? You sure? You sure? You fucking people are disgusting. No wonder why nobody watched this fucking shit. Caitlin Clark, Connor, please. Teach these motherfuckers a lesson. Angel, Jalen, please. Please. Teach these motherfuckers a lesson. Yeah, I'm hot now. I'm pissed the fuck off. If this doesn't get you pissed off, I'm sorry. Dearica Hamby, salute to you. You shouldn't have gone through any of this shit. Allegedly. Giving a directive to video personnel at September 17, 2023, Las Vegas Aces playoff game prohibiting the showing of plaintiff's daughter Amaya on the arena's video screen, despite the fact that plaintiff's daughter was often previously shown on... Oh my God. At the time, plaintiff engaged in protected activity by complaining about unlawful workplace discrimination. Plaintiff was under a 13-month WNBA league marketing contract to perform certain marketing work for the WNBA in exchange for compensation outside of her player contract. After engaging in protected activity, the defendant, WNBA, did not extend plaintiff Hamby's league marketing contract. Oh my God. First cause of action. Discrimination based on sex, pregnancy, in violation of Title VII, I believe. Plaintiff incorporates all the allegations in the preceding paragraphs as though fully set forth herein. Plaintiff is a member of the class of persons protected by state and federal statutes. Defendant is an employer. The pregnancy discrimination, blah, 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 blah. That's it, folks. Oh, fuck. Here we go. Defendant's decision to trade plaintiff was motivated by plaintiff's announcement that she was pregnant after signing her extension. Defendant's trade of plaintiff Hamby caused her some harm, including lost promotional and or endorsement opportunities, relocation to a more unfavorable tax environment, and the denial of a chance to participate for back-to-back championships. Plaintiff's trade constituted a change in the terms and conditions of her employment for which she suffered harm, including but not limited to additional tax burdens, loss of marketing, endorsement, and sponsorship opportunities, reputational harm from excluding her from a championship team, and other financial and monetary loss. Plaintiff was embarrassed, humiliated, angered, discouraged by the discriminatory actions against her. Plaintiff suffered compensable emotional harm, including but not limited to mental anguish, loss of enjoyment of life, emotional distress, and anxiety resulting from this unlawful discrimination by her employer. Folks, I'm just going to give my opinion. You guys don't care about my opinion, but I'm going to give it to you, right? In my opinion, if a mother is pregnant and she's stressed, fill in the motherfucking blanks without me doing it for you. Plaintiff is entitled to be fully compensated for her emotional disturbance by being forced to endure this discrimination. Pursuant, plaintiff is entitled to recover punitive damages for defendant's intentional violations of federal and state civil right laws. Defendant engaged in such action with malice or reckless indifference to plaintiff's federally protected rights, and defendant must pay plaintiff an additional amount in punitive damages. Therefore, plaintiff is entitled to recover damages for the sake of example to deter other employers from engaging in such conduct, and by way of punishing the defendant in the amount deemed sufficient by the jury. Plaintiff has had to obtain the services of an attorney to protect her rights and secure compensation for the damages incurred as a result of these violations, and therefore, she is entitled to recover reasonable attorney fees against defendants pursuant. Second cause of action, Plaintiff incorporates all the allegations in the preceding paragraphs as though fully set forth herein. Defendant retaliated against plaintiff after she complained of acts which she reasonably believed were discriminatory. By way of non-exhaustive examples, defendant retaliated against the plaintiff by issuing a directive to Las Vegas ACES players to cease communication, making a false public statement, attempting to wrongfully obtain confidential records, refusing to extend an invite, giving directives to video personnel to ignore her child. These acts were done in an effort to punish Hamby and would have dissuaded a reasonable employee from engaging in protected activity. Plaintiff may be unaware of additional detrimental acts constituting retaliation after her trade. The actions taken by defendant were done in response to plaintiff's protective complaint of discrimination, were designed to dissuade a reasonable worker from complaining about discrimination or otherwise engaging in protected activity, and such by conduct. You guys get pregnant, we'll do to you what we did to Dearica. You want to start a family? Get the fuck out of here. You want to start a family? Go somewhere else. We don't want you here. Due to its illegal actions, defendant must pay damages in an amount to be determined at trial for back pay, front pay, lost benefits, and compensatory damages for emotional pain, suffering, inconvenience, mental anguish, and loss of enjoyment. Defendant engaged in such actions with malice or reckless indifference to plaintiff's federally protected rights, and defendant must pay plaintiff an additional amount in punitive damages for the sake of example. Plaintiff has had to obtain services of an attorney to protect her rights and secure compensation. Third cause of action, retaliation. Plaintiff incorporates all the allegations in the preceding paragraphs as though fully set forth herein. Defendant is an employer, is subject, as amended, has a legal obligation to provide plaintiff a fair, non-discriminatory work environment and employment opportunities. Plaintiff engaged in protected activity on January 21 by publicly complaining about her discrimination treatment by the Las Vegas ACES. Plaintiff engaged in protected activity again on January 23rd by complaining directly to the defendant and requesting an investigation. In violation, WNBA retaliated against plaintiff for her protected activity on January 21, 23 of publicly posting her workplace complaints to social media by failing to properly investigate plaintiff's claims of unlawful workplace discrimination based upon her pregnancy. Despite his findings that respect in the workplace violations occurred in connection with plaintiff's treatment by the defendant, Las Vegas ACES, and head coach Becky Hammond, and her resulting trade. The defendant, WNBA, provided no meaningful redress to Hamby for the harm she suffered as the victim of the violations. Defendant, WNBA, failed to properly investigate the plaintiff's claims of illegal workplace indiscrimination and issue appropriate remedies. Defendant, WNBA, failed to interview key witnesses in connection with the investigation. Defendant, WNBA, failed to take any steps to deter future wrongful or illegal conduct by the WNBA and the Las Vegas ACES or head coach Becky Hammond. Defendant, WNBA's imposition of a 2-game suspension is laughable, was not adequate to deter similar future conduct or to remedy the adverse employment actions experienced by plaintiff. Defendant failed to impose any proper remedial, right? Could be remedial, but that would be different. So it had to be remedial, right? Remedial, whatever. Measures in connection with plaintiff Hamby's complaint of unlawful workplace discrimination or properly investigate claims as a way to punish. Defendant refused to extend plaintiff's league marketing contract after plaintiff engaged in protected activity by complaining about and opposing unlawful workplace discrimination. Again, this is one of the 22 best players when this was taking place. So for her not to get her, her marketing contract, for her not to get her marketing contract re-upped after this is insanity. One of the best 22 women in the league doesn't get re-upped after this. Sounds a little odd to me, allegedly. These acts were done in an effort to punish Plaintiff Hamby for her public complaint and would have dissuaded a reasonable employee from engaging in similar protected activity, having unprotected sex. Plaintiff may be unaware of additional detrimental acts constituting retaliation after her trade. The actions and conduct by defendant constitute illegal retaliation prohibited by federal and state statutes. Defendant's failure to properly investigate plaintiff's complaint of unlawful workplace discrimination and retaliation for plaintiff also making such complaint public resulted in plaintiff sustaining damages, including financial loss and the loss of reputational prestige. Due to its illegal actions, defendant must pay damages in an amount to be determined at trial for back pay, front pay. Defendant engaged in such action with malice. Plaintiff has had to obtain services. This just goes over what we've already talked about. This is all plaintiff praised this court for a jury trial on all appropriate claims and to enter judgment in favor of the plaintiff by awarding plaintiff an amount sufficient to fully compensate her, including tax consequences. Because remember, taxes over there in Cali are way different to taxes in Las Vegas. They take all your money in California. You're allowed to keep your money in Las Vegas. An award of compensatory and punitive damages to be determined at trial, an award of attorney fees, any other relief the court deems just and proper. Respectfully submitted, HKM Employment Attorneys, LLP. HKM Attorney, I might need to, the WNBA might be coming after me. They might be coming after me. What do you guys think? I kind of ranted and raved. I have no post breakdown. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Does this change the way you look at the WNBA? Does this change the way you look at the Las Vegas Aces? Does this change the way you look at Becky Hammon? Folks, this isn't because she couldn't play. This isn't because she was out of shape. This is because, allegedly, she was pregnant. This is because, allegedly, they didn't think she would recover in time after a pregnancy, so they did any and everything in their power to get her the hell out of Las Vegas, allegedly. Again, shout out to Chrissy Sides. Shout out to Lynn Dunn. Shout out to Herb Simon. Shout out to Katie Lou. Shout out to everybody in the WNBA and the WNBA front offices that allow their players to have a family, that allow their players to be comfortable having a family, to be comfortable making decisions for themselves without always putting the WNBA or work first. Folks, I used to work 9 hours a day, right? That 9-hour day would turn into 12 hours because I would put work in front of me, in front of my wife, in front of my family. But then one day I was like, you know what? Fuck that. Screw all that. I would much rather be with my wife, be with my family, and work when I can. Work the hours that I am required. That's called work-life balance. That's what was preached. Work-life balance. It's the Ben Dana Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know if you made it this far. Take it easy.